From her earliest years, the Virgin Mary chose a path the world rarely understands, the path of holy poverty, giving everything she possessed to those who had less than her. Even the inheritance of her ancestors, she kept nothing for herself. It was not poverty of lacking, but a wealth of love, a heart completely surrendered to God. And this very spirit, the spirit of self-giving love, would one day touch countless lives, including a young soldier named Martin, who experienced a miracle that changed his destiny forever. In those days, within the silent temple, there was a tiny little girl named Mary. The blood of King David ran through her veins, yet her heart belonged entirely to the poorest of the poor. People saw Mary with her small, childlike hands, sharing every piece of bread, every scrap of cloth, every little item her parents left behind with those who had nothing. She kept almost nothing for herself. She did not do this to be noticed, not to be praised. She did it because within her heart, there was a very gentle yet very strong desire. I want to live in poverty so that I belong only to God. A little girl, yet her heart was wider than the whole world. Many centuries later, Mary appeared to Saint Brigida and recounted this with a very gentle voice. All the wealth that my parents left me, I gave entirely to the poor. A very short sentence, yet it felt like a wind piercing through the heart, because it shows that Mary was not poor because life had taken from her. She was poor because she chose poverty. She willingly gave out of love. And from that, we understand why God chose her. Because of that humble heart, because of that emptiness, God could fill himself completely within her. People often imagine that a holy family must live in comfort and abundance, but the family of Mary and Joseph walked a very different road, not the road of possessions, but the road of generous love. Joseph was a humble carpenter. His home held nothing precious in the eyes of the world. Yet within his heart lived treasures the world could never buy: justice, gentleness, and a love that asked for nothing in return. It is said that when the Magi brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh, Joseph kept none of it. He gave everything to the poor, to those whom society rarely looked upon. A father, poor in wealth, yet rich in compassion, so rich that even heaven smiled. On the day Mary and Joseph brought the infant Jesus to the temple, their offering was only a pair of small doves, the humble gift of the poorest families. And Mary did not hide it. She felt no shame, no need to disguise her poverty. Instead, she allowed it to be seen, because she knew a person's worth is not measured by possessions, but by a heart that belongs entirely to God. That was the Holy Family, a home without much wealth, yet possessing the one treasure the world could never replace: love and complete trust in God. Every step Mary took left a trace of light in the shadows of the world. Even amidst poverty, she radiated a wealth no money could buy: complete love and unwavering trust. Picture the stable in Bethlehem, cold, humble, with shepherds and a flickering fire, and a child lying in a manger. Though materially poor, Mary's heart overflowed with love. This was the first miracle, heaven touching earth in the humblest of places. When she had to flee her homeland, Mary carried the infant Jesus into an uncertain journey. No wealth, no protection, only faith and love. Every step on the hot sand, every night in a foreign place was a lesson in humility and total trust in God. After Jesus returned to heaven, Mary lived in simplicity with St. John. No possessions, no ancestral wealth, only a worn garment, which she left to her trusted sisters. Yet this lack revealed the true treasure. True richness resides in the heart, not in material wealth. The world often looks at poverty with disdain. People love wealth. People love honor. Whoever loves empty hands? But God sees with completely different eyes. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to them." Imagine it, Jesus Christ, the creator of the universe, born in a manger, growing up in humble surroundings, and dying on the cross without even a cloth to cover himself. A life of complete poverty, yet rich beyond measure, flooding the world with God's light. And here is the message. Every time we face hardship, every time we live in humility, we are walking the path of Christ and Mary. Material wealth is temporary. True richness before God comes from love, generosity, and complete trust. And now we turn to the story of a young man, St. Martin, who experienced firsthand the miracle of giving, discovering that helping the poor is the same as helping Jesus himself. Let us return to France in the bitter winter cold. A young man, not yet knowing Christ, was stationed in the province of Ambionneau. The winter cut through flesh and bone, wind slicing with icy fingers, and a beggar stood shivering by the roadside. Martin's heart was moved. He wanted to help, but his pockets were empty. So he did what seemed impossible. He drew his sword and cut his cloak in half, giving one half to the beggar. That night, in his dream, a miracle appeared before his eyes. Jesus appeared, wearing the half-cloak that Martin had given, surrounded by angels. He said, "This half-cloak belongs to Martin. Though unbaptized, he has given it to me." A moment of astonishment, tearing away the darkness of ignorance. Martin realized, helping the poor is helping Jesus himself. From that moment on, Martin's life was transformed. He was baptized, lived a holy life, became a bishop, and performed many miracles, becoming a model of unconditional love and generosity. Half a cloak, a simple act, yet its light shines across the ages. The message is clear. Every small act of love can open the door to a miracle. From the humble and sacrificial life of Mary to the generous act of St. Martin, we learn a profound truth. Poverty in the eyes of the world is not weakness, but an opportunity for the heart to expand, for love and compassion to enter. Every act of love, no matter how small, like half a cloak, even when unseen, is a miracle touching God himself. Remember, we do not need grand gestures to shine. By living humbly, generously, and faithfully, God transforms every small act into a light that radiates across eternity. Holy Mary, teach me to live simply, generously, and with love. Help me recognize every small act, every gesture of kindness can become a miracle that touches God. Grant me a humble heart and the willingness to help those in need. May I walk in the light of your love and in the peace of God. If today's story touched your heart, please hit like to spread this light. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more miracles and sacred stories. And don't forget to share this video so that love and faith reach everyone. Together, every small act can become a light that opens the gates of heaven.